Do you have something really complex in your business that you're trying to resolve with automation? Here we've got a complex availability checker. And what this does is we've got positions that we need to hire in our business, and we're using Bubble as our business software. Then we've also got contacts in Bubble. And certain contacts can do certain positions. And what happens is we create the positions in Bubble, and then we have a button that the user can click to then check the availability of all the contacts that can do this particular position. When that user clicks the button, it triggers this webhook. We then get the position, so we can get the details about that thing. We then get the contacts details, and then we send that data into ChatGPT. Now, what we've got here is a way for the user to add their availability into the app as just simply a text input box. That means the user can write into that box, "I'm not available Saturday mornings," or "I'm not available during weekdays," or "I'm not available June 10th to June 21st. They could put whatever they like into that input box. And ChatGPT will then do its best to figure out if they're available for this position at this position's start and end time, taking into consideration also the travel time to and from where this position starts. It's actually really reliable at checking this. So firstly, we push data in, and we want to make sure that we're formatting the data into a time zone that makes sense for ChatGPT. So this scenario is running in -5 time zone. However, the dates are stored in UTC time zone. So I'm having to do some initial formatting here to get those times to line up correctly. Then we've got the contact entering their availability, and they're entering that with no time zone. However, because we're writing the specific dates here into our message, ChatGPT is going to assume that there's no time zone, that they're all in the same time zone for this logic. We're also passing in the travel time in minutes for this particular location for the position. Now, we've got a simple prompt here. You're checking availability, check to make sure that this person is available for this event time, ensuring the contact can travel to and from the event as well. Return a brief reason why they are not or are available. And here we've got our example JSON that we want to return. So here we want to return whether it's available, yes, no, which basically will show a button to the user on the interface of green for go and red for no. And then we've got the reason so that the user can then quickly look at, why did ChatGPT make this decision? Because the user might look at it and say, oh, well, this person's available Monday to Friday. Why did ChatGPT say that they're not available on Sunday night? And ChatGPT's reason may be that there's not, and this has actually been printed by ChatGPT, that this person would not have enough sleep before they start work on Monday morning at 9 a.m. because the event was scheduled to finish at 3 a.m. in the morning. And ChatGPT determined that was an unreasonable request for this position to be hired by that person. Then we just simply map in those results back into our position availability. Now, before ChatGPT, this was an incredibly complex thing to resolve. We were trying to get users to add lists of dates and times into kind of this date not available list. And then we're comparing that not available list against a list of dates for the positions that we're trying to hire. And then we had to do custom adjustments to those dates to adjust for the venue, travel to and from times. And even then, it wasn't really that reliable because, for instance, you may have enough time to travel to and from the venue, but you've got another gig starting in 6 hours' time. And ChatGPT has logic so that it determines that this person needs to sleep and this person needs to eat between these two positions. Whereas our system was very static before. It was just list of dates, compare it to another list of dates, and let me know if there's any conflicts. So very static, very rough. Whereas ChatGPT has really taken this to the next level. And for this particular use case, it's just completely taken it to a whole new level of functionality for this client. We're really happy with how this turned out, and a fantastic use of leveraging ChatGPT's AI to process this. Now, the cost of processing is very cheap. We're only using about 100 tokens to process this. So that's a very cheap outcome for something that was taking ages in terms of processing power in Bubble. Comparing the list to a list takes a lot of processing power, and was also not terribly reliable in our old system. Now we've got a very cheap, very reliable system that this client's very happy with.